English.
Oh.
Hello, hi. My name is S.G. Kim, and I wanted to explain that you need to be careful when you assemble the chipping target net. And I asked A-Grace International and Emily Wang to for the next shipment, the product needs to be assembled because it takes too much of time for us. Hi, my name is S.G. Kim from Playjack of South Korea, and I wanted to make some points about the assembly of the chipping target nets. So for the chipping target net, so what we care about the most is that when you tie the net at the end, we want the knot to be very strong, because this is as far as you know, this is nylon. The fabric is nylon, and if you just tie it by hand, it kind of falls apart after a while. And if you just rub it, or if you just pull it, if you just pull the fabric, then the knot of the tie kind of falls apart. So what we did when we assembled it by hand, what my employees did was that they use a lighter. They use a lighter to burn it, and then to make it more strong. So what we did when we assembled it was we did it by hand. This is very crude, but primitive. But we kind of like burnt it and melted it, and we by hand we made a knot, one by one, everything. So I'm sure you have better way to assemble it. You have a better way to tie it. But what I'm saying is that if you just tie it by hand, then after a while it unfolds and it falls apart, and the knot will just go away. So I wanted to stress that. And there's another part. So when you assemble it, what we did was we put the white string underneath the green string. So one, and we skipped another one, and put it under the green, and then we skipped another one and we put it. So one in every two holes we put the white string inside. So I'm sure you're aware of that. So I'm hoping that you can assemble it that way. And there's another knot here at the end of the circular thing. So we tie the white string. And if you just tie it, like I said, if you just tie it, because this is the fabric is, I think it's nylon. If you just tie it by hand, after a while, or if you just pull it, then the knot goes away and it unfolds, and the knot will fall apart. And we don't want that to happen. We want it to be very tight. We want it to be very strong, so that when my customers use the chipping target net, I don't want the knot to be not to go away and falls apart. So what we did was, again, we tied the white string and made a knot, and we used a lighter to melt it, and then we use our hands to finger to make it strong. So we wanted to do something better than that. We wanted to do something better than, I'm sure you can find a way, but what you should not do is just tie it by hand and then just leave it there. And that way, if my customers use it, then it's gonna just fall apart, and we don't want it to happen. So when you assemble it, you can just assemble this part. So if you have a net, we want the net to be attached and assembled around the rim, and that's it. And we want you to make this knot, and that's it. You don't have to assemble this part and this part and this part. It goes into the box and packaging, and my customers will easily be able to do it. So what I want you to do is the rim, and then you put the net onto it, and that's it. So this part, my customers will be able to do it. So you don't have to do it, and you just make sure that you put all the parts inside the packaging, and that's it. And so what we want is we want the rim and the net to be attached and assembled together, and that's it. Thank you so much.